Dr. Lyman is the CEO and co-founder of Belhaven Biopharma and serves as the chairman of the board. Prior to founding Belhaven, he was the chief business officer of Grid Therapeutics, a spinout from Duke University. Dr. Lyman has previously held leadership roles at GSK, BioCryst, and Salix. His prior experience includes developing spray-dried powders, leading drug development teams, participating in FDA filings, and the licensing of multiple products. Welcome, Dr. Lyman.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity to tell you more about what we're doing at Belhaven. So the way to think about what we do at Belhaven is we are focused on what the patients need. So before we started any work, we started working with people like Edwin to try to figure out what the pain points are with patients that have allergies. And we worked up this extensive list. So as everybody knows from the news, EpiPens are extremely expensive. There's lots of reasons for that, but we thought we could do better from a cost of goods perspective with an alternative. It's a large, awkward device, so is there an opportunity to make this device smaller so that people will actually carry it with them when they go places, giving them protection? Dosing hesitancy. So needle phobia is a real thing. If you know you're having an event, but you really don't want to do a needle, you may wait too long before the anaphylaxis can start to take hold. Slow onset of action. So some of these pens, if it's an auto-injector, it might work a little better than a handheld intramuscular injection of epinephrine. But in general, not very fast in terms of getting drug levels to where they need to be. It's a complicated auto-injector. You can go on YouTube, TikTok, you can see people sticking the needle in their thumb instead of in their leg. That's a big problem. Temperature instability. So epinephrine as a molecule is very unstable as a liquid. And so by switching the form of that from a liquid to a dry powder, which we'll talk about in a minute, we can make the product heat resistant. Short shelf life. So the shelf life of an EpiPen is about 18 months, but by the time it goes to a warehouse and then goes to a drugstore like CVS, the end user may only have 12 months. So that's not a long time. So people are constantly getting new EpiPens, and you go back to the top level. Do I really need another one? It's expensive, et cetera, et cetera. And then auto-injectors, if you know what these things are, they're the things that you jab in your leg. They're very complicated. They cost a lot of money to make. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of plastic parts, glass, rubber, needles, et cetera. They've had stockouts when kids are going back to school, so not ideal. So what we're doing at Belhaven is developing a dry powder nasal device. So it's a single use. I have one right here. So this is the EpiPen alternative that we're developing at Belhaven. We're about a year away from filing for approval. It's very straightforward. We've had human factors tests where we give this to patients, physicians, caregivers, and you open it up. It's single use. You push the button in the back. You don't have to sniff. You don't have to do anything. The patient can actually be unconscious. You put it in the nose and actuate it, and you're done. And so with that, if you go to all the reasons why we think a dry powder nasal product is superior to anything, you probably have seen there's been a liquid nasal product that just recently was launched. They're hitting the airways pretty heavy to try to get people to convert. We thought liquid was a step in the right direction, but having a dry powder gets you all of these advantages. So longer shelf life. We can make this product last for 3 years. Easy to use. We're not having anybody get confused by the instructions. They look at it, it's intuitive, they can use it. Accurate dosing. Dry powder is much better than a liquid nasal. The liquid's not coming out the front of the nose or going down the back of the throat. Fast onset of action, we can get drug on board within 5 minutes. Not only can we get drug on board, but you get that pharmacodynamic response that you're looking for with increase in heart rate, increase in blood pressure. That's what you're really trying to do to the patient to save them from the event. It's obviously lightweight, compact. I don't even notice I have it in my pocket. It's about the same size as a key. Lower cost of goods, we can make this for about $10, where an EpiPen costs about $50 to $75. And then heat resistance. So this is a big one that we think is a game changer. You can keep this in your kid's soccer bag for 3 hours in 100-degree heat. You can take it to the beach. It's not going to go bad. It's not going to freeze. And that's the one that allows us to offer this as a global product, because now we make a very compelling pharmacoeconomic story ex-US, because we can keep the price down. It's a 3-year product that offers protection, just a better solution. So we leverage something called the bioequivalency pathway. We don't have to prove efficacy. Everybody knows epinephrine works. Edwin will tell you. We don't have to prove safety. It's a very safe product. We just have to give the product through a different route of administration, in this case, the nose. And by using the bioequivalency pathway, it's lower cost. This isn't a standard billion-dollar pharma project with 12 years to get it done. We can do one of these in about $25 to $30 million, and it takes about 3.5 years. And so one of the great parts about what we're doing is it aligns all the stakeholders across lots of different areas. So the startup team, so pharma people like me, why do we like it? It's a short timeline. We know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Efficacy and safety are already confirmed, so now we just have to prove that this route of administration is just as good. Investors, I've funded Belhaven and this product all from individual investors. Carolina Angel Network, for example, high net worth individuals, no venture capital, makes it very simple and gives people within this community the opportunity to invest in things that they think will make a difference, like this product. So patient, it fixes all those flaws from the first slide. Caregivers, they want something simple that they can use. Physicians, they just want something that the patients will carry with them and have them in case of an emergency. The last thing you want is to train them up and they don't have their EpiPen with them. Payers, they want something that's trusted. Edwin will get calls all the time from patients that say, I left it out, my EpiPen out in the heat, I need a new one. The insurance companies, they're obligated to replace it, because if you lose trust in that EpiPen, you're definitely not going to take it with you. And then the pharmaceutical partners, everyone's looking for new products, new ways to innovate, and this works really well for them. So I think that's it.
Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and start right here with a question.
Hey, thank you. Has the device been tested in high humidity environments? And what do you do from an engineering perspective to keep the powder from becoming contaminated by moisture?
Yeah, so we keep very close tabs on the powder throughout the process that we use. We make everything with spray drying, so it's a liquid going in and powder coming out. Epinephrine is very sensitive to moisture. It's sensitive to a lot of processing steps. So it's been a tough one, but yeah, we've tested it. The good part about this tube, it's got some additional IP associated with it. So it's a polymer tube with desiccant woven into it. So it protects the device and the powder. We feel like the powder is very stable. We've tested the powder at 50 degrees C for 3 months, and it doesn't degrade at all. With 50 degrees C for people out there is 122 degrees, and that's for 3 straight months. So that's not a little bit here, a little bit there. We're doing a 6-month study. We don't think we'll have any degradation. But yeah, we're testing. That's our real differentiator is you get rid of the liquid, you get a much more stable product.
There's a question to your left over there.
I'm curious why they don't need to sniff in when they're injecting, and also what's the delivery system? Is it using aerosols, and if so, are you worried about the potent greenhouse gases like the asthma inhalers?
Yeah, so the mechanism for the device, it's actually a delta P, where we have a cup and the powder goes in there and a ball, and the ball gets unseated. And so it's really it's an air dispersion that allows the powder to go right into the nasal cavity. The great part about why you don't have to inhale is because this powder is going to hit the nasal mucosa. It goes in whether you sniff in or not, and your nose is just a big filter. And so the great part is, as long as your heart's beating and you have blood flow, your nose is working. It's just like breathing or your heart, right? And so it's going to take that powder and put it into the bloodstream, and it happens very fast. If you can think of some other nasal products that happen very fast, it gets into the bloodstream, to the heart, and systemic very quickly.
Well, with that said, thank you, Dr. Lyman.